we doing? Thanks for turning up.
No bad. No, if you just look around the area, like, and it's the same in the other three areas. Like, there's no improvement in 5 years, you know.
No.
So, like Weston, particularly Ballinacurra, Weston, around the corner there, it's like something out of a war zone. You can see where the people's frustrations are, like 5 years later, after huge promises, and people bought into a process that just hasn't delivered, like, so where are we now, like,
Where's all the money gone? And we didn't have a say, people living here, we didn't actually really have a say in what happened and how it was done, or...
Well, there was a lot of promises made initially, and well, you were there your first days when the president was down and the launches were down, and we disagreed ourselves on the day, and I think it's come to pass that it's not the regeneration that a lot of us bought into. Like regeneration is keeping people back in their communities, and that's what we all signed up for.
That's one of the things that's frustrated us the last few years, that you're kind of listened to and ignored all the time. I'm on umpteen committees, and every committee you're on, the decisions are made outside in another room, and they're presented to you as a...
Well, you see, that's where people really have to, grab the process or do what they can do, like, and not take any bullshit, because we've had 5 years now of promises and, very, very little delivery for people, like, so people do feel like, people do feel they haven't been listened to, I accept that 100%.
All right. Thanks.
I'd say it's bored children, love children. They're just drawn into it. It's like a magnet. They're in there, they're doing whatever.
And there is great community spirit up there.
Limerick Today with Joe Nash on Limerick's Live 95 FM with the Irish Daily Mail, Ireland's best value family newspaper.
Well, it must have been a success last year, because there are a lot more communities taking part in Limerick's Going for Gold competition. With me now at the Clarion Hotel, Cathal McCarthy, representing Ballinacurra Weston. Cathal, to begin with, you participated in this event last year. Did it make a difference to Ballinacurra Weston?
Well, we only represent a part of Ballinacurra Weston, the designated regeneration area, so our group is the Ballinacurra Weston Residents Alliance. It made a huge difference. We didn't take part in 20 towns. We took part in the Limerick Community Challenge secondary competition for environmental grant recipients, and we won first prize in that. So we got €5,000 for the community, and we've since developed a further 4 gardens on derelict sites. And it's a joint effort between the BWRA, the Western Gardens Residents Association, and the School Completions Programme. But only one group can enter per area for 20 towns. That's the rules. So we've combined our efforts, and the BWRA is taking the lead.
Cathal, what were the benefits then for you of participating last year, and what are you looking to do this year?
Well, the benefits is rebuilding, I suppose, community spirit. We're a regeneration area, and part of that we would see it necessary to be social regeneration. So we've gotten great support from the Environment Department of Limerick City Council, but on the other hand you have almost the Housing Department working against us with depopulation. So where we started off with, say, 191 houses in the immediate area, we've got 75 left now occupied, 25 boarded up and derelict. So we have a lot of unnatural springs from demolition and stuff like that. So the impression that people have outside the area is that this community has done this to itself, but we haven't. So we're trying to counteract that kind of degeneration of our area and portrayal of our estate in negative in terms. So it brings young people and elderly people together, I feel.
And the lads are putting in a bit of 3 dimension for me, we're going to have different greens, and the trees going up. My husband is going to go up with the tree. We have great community spirit up there, but we said enough. Do you know what I mean? We need to be backed up, we need to be helped up there. We're being left. That's been a bit.
Thanks for coming in. Cheers.
I'm on YouTube. All the way from there. Tell the blind that comes to you, well, is it?
1 minute, there's 2 more. Tommy, your sign. No, my sign is here. Give it in, Tim, quick, quick, quick. I know, Sam on the roof.
Yeah.
Get the boy. It was a great match, lads. Well done.
Just back from a great match today. I'd like to thank the council. It was a very good match, actually, nice turnout. But I'd like to thank the councils that turned up, in particular Morris Quinlivan, who kindly came in from the north side. And also we had a call from, what's his name, Cormac Hurley from the north side, who couldn't come in, but he sends his apologies and wished us the best. But it would be nice to see some councillors from the south side attending these protests, because at the end of the day these are our representatives and they're supposed to, you know, to come to these things when they're invited. I would hope so anyway. But over the last 5 years we've had several reports commissioned, and all of the reports agree on one thing in particular. The boarding up of houses is wrong. They shouldn't do it It's a basic erosion of people's human rights because of the antisocial behaviour it's linked into, and all those other bad things that go up boarding up houses, rat infestation, not to mention the nuisance it causes to their neighbours of these boarded up houses. The reports are damning. Every one of them here, look, these are they are here, look. They're all saying the same thing. Boarding up of houses is disgracefully wrong and it has to stop. You know? The basic human rights have been disgracefully blackguarded. And in case you forgot, lads, we are human. And these reports have to be read and they have to be listened to. They're not just fairy tales, they're reports. And they talk about what's happening with the people in the regeneration areas. And regeneration, the whole programme is wrong. It needs to stop, it needs to change. And it needs to evaluate its thinking on human rights. Simple as that. I'd like to take this opportunity to say to Mr. Con Murray and Alia McLaughlin, or O'Loughlin, just to welcome you to your jobs and wish you well and going forward. But if you're going forward, you need to know a couple of things that are important to the people here in Limerick, especially our group up here, that we've noticed over the last 5 years. And that is that the structures that exist today and existed for the last 5 years don't work. They never have worked. I'm sure you probably don't need you to tell me that, you're quite aware of it, but if you're not, that's why I'm telling you. You need to change them and put some kind of perspective on them where we share it power. We need empowerment as groups and everything. We need to be sitting around the table, speaking to each other and being level, being equal to each other, rather than people talking down to you and everything else. But it's a proven fact that they don't work, and you need to change them, and you need to change them now. As soon as you come into power, start doing these things. And to be quite honest, I feel personally that you're not the only show in town, that there's Europe. You know, if we need to go to Europe, take that road, we will. But we're offering the olive branch over the last 5 years to different people and it's been shunned. But we have the results here of our Hyde Road report, which actually tells us to work with you. And that we were going to work with you anyway, but it's telling us and it's agreeing, it's concurring with the way we feel, that you should work with us when we ask. It says, if you don't mind, I'll read it. It says, Ballinacurra Weston is facing serious challenges and your residents' force report makes sobering reading. Tidy Towns believe that constructive engagement with regional agencies should be encouraged, as this can help you overcome difficult issues. Your committee is encouraged to work with the above mentioned. And that's what we want to do. We'd love it. So we'd appreciate if you could, at your nearest convenience, come and work with us. Talk to us. Don't give us the silent treatment that we've had over the last 5 years, because it just doesn't work. And if you need things to work and you need things to get moving, come up and work with us. We'll roll up our sleeves and we'll get working with you. That's how I feel and that's how our committee feels, and that's the only way forward. And if there's nothing left us in, we'll have Europe. At least we have something to turn to, and it will be Europe. You know, that's all I'd like to say to the two of you lads, that you are not the only show in town. You know, there is other shows, and the European one is a good one. Thanks.
Get the boy.